ISO 14001 and Environmental Management Systems EMS Training Module. So far, we've broken down the what of ISO 14001. Now, for those of you considering implementing or certifying your EMS, let's talk about the how. This high-level roadmap outlines the typical steps involved. First, it's about commitment and planning, drawing heavily from clauses 4, 5, and 6. This starts with securing top management commitment. Without their buy-in, it won't succeed. Then, you define your EMS scope. What parts of the business are you including? You conduct an environmental review, understanding your context, interested parties, and, crucially, identifying your significant environmental aspects and legal obligations. Based on this, you set clear, measurable environmental objectives and targets, and assign roles and responsibilities for the EMS. Next is the implementation phase, covered by clauses 7 and 8. This involves resource allocation, ensuring you have the people, infrastructure, and finances. Building competence and awareness through training is vital. You establish effective communication channels, both internally and externally. You develop and control your documented information, which includes procedures and records. A big part of this is operational control, putting the actual procedures in place to manage your significant environmental aspects, like proper waste management or energy consumption controls. And you ensure emergency preparedness by developing and testing plans for potential environmental incidents. Then comes performance evaluation, detailed in Clause 9. Here, you actively monitor and measure your environmental performance. You regularly evaluate your compliance with legal requirements. You conduct internal audits to check your system's effectiveness. And critically, top management reviews the entire EMS at planned intervals to ensure its ongoing suitability. Finally, it's all about continual improvement, addressed in Clause 10. This means when you find nonconformities, you react, correct, and perform root cause analysis to prevent recurrence. And overall, you use the findings from your monitoring, audits, and reviews to drive ongoing enhancements to your EMS and your environmental performance. It's a continuous cycle. Once your EMS is fully implemented and running smoothly, you might decide to seek third-party certification to ISO 14001. This is a voluntary step, but provides external validation of your environmental management system. The first critical step here is choosing a certification body. This isn't a decision to take lightly. The most important factor is accreditation. Ensure the certification body is accredited by a recognized accreditation body. In India, this would be NABCB. In the UK, it's UKAS, and in the USA, ANAB. Accreditation ensures the certification body itself is competent and impartial, giving your certificate credibility and global recognition. Consider their reputation and experience, especially in your specific industry. Naturally, look at cost and timelines by getting proposals from multiple bodies. And if you have multiple sites, check their geographical coverage and ability to audit all your locations. For example, if you're an Indian organization, selecting a certification body that is accredited by NABCB is crucial. This ensures that the certificate you receive is recognized and respected internationally. The certification process itself typically unfolds in 2 stages, Stage 1 and Stage 2. Stage 1 audit is often called the document review, or readiness audit. Its purpose is to evaluate your documented EMS information, your environmental manual, procedures, policies, to see if it meets the requirements of ISO 14001, and, importantly, if you are ready for the full Stage 2 audit. During this activity, the auditor will review your documentation, verify your scope, identify your key environmental processes, and assess your team's understanding of the standard. It might involve a brief site visit. The output is a report with findings, highlighting any areas that need improvement or attention before you can move to Stage 2. Then comes the Stage 2 audit, or the main on-site audit. The purpose here is to evaluate the actual implementation and effectiveness of your EMS right there on your site. The activity involves the auditor visiting your facility, interviewing personnel across different departments, observing processes in real time, reviewing records like training logs or monitoring data, and verifying that your documented procedures are truly being followed in practice and are achieving your environmental performance goals. The output is a recommendation for certification, or if there are significant issues, identification of major or minor nonconformities that must be addressed before certification can be granted. Let's look at examples. In Stage 1, an auditor might remotely review your company's environmental manual, your waste management procedure, and your legal register. They might ask for clarification on the precise scope of your EMS. For Stage 2, the auditor would physically visit your factory. They would talk to machine operators about their spill procedures, observe how waste is segregated on the shop floor, check maintenance logs for your effluent treatment plant, and review your energy consumption data directly with your EMS manager. It's important to understand that ISO 14001 certification is not a one-time event. Once you're certified, your organization must continually maintain its EMS and undergo regular surveillance audits. Surveillance audits are conducted annually. Their purpose is to ensure that your EMS continues to be implemented effectively and that you're maintaining compliance with the standard and your own requirements. Then, approximately every 3 years, you'll have a recertification audit. This is a more comprehensive audit, similar in scope to the initial Stage 2 audit, and it's conducted before your 3-year certificate validity expires. Throughout this cycle, you must continually demonstrate continual improvement within your EMS. For example, after achieving initial certification, your company will have yearly surveillance audits. During these, the auditor will typically review your most recent environmental performance data, check your compliance status, and look at any new procedures or significant changes you've made to your EMS. Then, just before the 3-year mark, a full recertification audit will be conducted to renew your certificate for another cycle. To conclude our training, let's briefly touch upon some common challenges organizations face during implementation and certification, and then look at the key success factors. First, the challenges. The biggest, often, is lack of top management commitment. If leadership isn't truly engaged, the EMS can become just a paperwork exercise. Inadequate resources, whether it's budget, people, or infrastructure, can cripple the system. Employee resistance or lack of awareness is common if people don't understand why they're doing something or how their specific role contributes to environmental performance. Some organizations fall into the trap of over-documentation, creating too many unnecessary documents, which makes the system cumbersome. Poor integration with existing processes means the EMS is seen as an add-on rather than a natural part of daily operations. Difficulty in identifying significant aspects can lead to focusing on the wrong things. Lack of effective monitoring and measurement means you're flying blind, not collecting the right data, or not analyzing it properly. And finally, failure to address root causes of problems means you're just fixing symptoms, leading to recurring nonconformities. But it's not all challenges. There are clear success factors. Strong top management commitment and visible leadership are paramount. Clear roles and responsibilities ensure everyone knows their part. Effective training and awareness make sure employees understand their impact. Streamlined documentation. Keep it practical and focused. Integration with business processes. Weave environmental management into the fabric of your operations. Having a dedicated EMS team or champion who is passionate about the initiative can make a huge difference. Regular communication keeps all stakeholders informed and engaged. A proactive approach to improvement, using data to continually get better, rather than just reacting to problems. And a strong focus on legal compliance, treating it as a baseline and not an afterthought. By understanding these, you can better prepare for your EMS journey.